I thought they jumped the shark, bro. I did. At the end of this season, I did. But it was a respectable shark jump. I could respect the leap. I'm still going to invest in season 2. They haven't lost me, but
I feel you.
I was like, fam.
It's like in the absolute last fight.
It was nothing but over the top blows at the end of this shit, man.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cynicism.
What's going on?
I'm Eric.
It's your boy Dante, man, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Amazon original series, Hunters.
It stars, first of all, Al Pacino.
Yes.
Logan Lerman.
Yeah. Tiffany Boone, who you might know from The Chi.
Hunters is basically about America brought a bunch of Nazi scientists and engineers, general geniuses into the country to help with the NASA program and different scientific breakthroughs throughout the course of history. And the problem with that is a lot of these Nazi scientists still have roots in the Nazi Association.
Like we mentioned, the Nazis have infiltrated our government. So they want to get the bill passed that will open transport to South America so they could bring in these chemicals. They're trying to do this whole big grand plan of chemical warfare.
You have this group of people, they go by the Hunters, who are basically responsible for hunting down and taking out Nazi leaders that are operating in our country right now, or back during that time. It's loosely based off of true events, but it's a lot of dramatization, obviously. So you got the main character, who's a young boy named Jonah in the show, played by Logan Lerman. He's kind of I don't want to call him a punk.
but that would be accurate, because we don't want to say he a bitch.
Yeah, so he's kind of like a spineless young boy.
Spineless is a great word.
He's got cowardly tendencies, but he has a lot of character development.
There you go.
Yeah, how he starts off in the beginning of the series isn't exactly how he is.
Yeah, he's a completely different person at the end.
He's just a young boy growing up in New York who lives with his grandmother, who was a Holocaust survivor. She dies early on in the series. He comes to learn that she was a part of an organization that was responsible for hunting and taking out current Nazi members. He meets Al Pacino's character, whose name is Meyer in the show, Meyer Offerman. Pretty much offers his hand financially and emotionally, just letting him know that he's here for him for whatever he needs, during these hard times. He soon discovers that he's the leader of this team.
Hunting these Nazis, man.
All right, so Meyer Offerman, he's a wealthy millionaire.
Yep.
And we say he's got a team.
Of course, you know that the show is called Hunters and that it's going to be multiple of them. But I knew that he would have had to have a team. A mercenary can't be an old man with man titties.
Oh, yeah, he old.
Yeah, and fat. He's large in this show.
Okay, so you have...
And let's start with Roxy. Clearly modeled after like a Foxy Brown.
Very stereotypical token black woman in the show. But they give her some layers and some depth. She's stereotypical in like visually, but personality-wise, she's got a lot more depth to her than what initially appeared.
Because when you first meet the character, you're like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah,
like, it's gonna be on
Foxy
some
Cleopatra.
So it's gonna be on some jive turkey.
She was an actual person. She wasn't like just a character.
She had a lot of layers actually, man.
So then you have the older couple, Mindy and Murray.
Mindy and Murray.
Also a Holocaust survivor.
Yes.
I love them.
Me too.
They were so adorable.
Me too.
Murray, his skill is like Morse code. He can interpret and decipher Morse code.
Yeah.
I think they got a lot of experience in just radio technology.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got like a nice little funny banter.
They do, man. Them two together was probably one of the best parts of the show. So
like
authentic.
Very real
couple. It was so authentic.
Of course, being Holocaust survivors, they have a very personal vendetta against these Nazis as well. Then you have
Lonnie Flash.
Kind of like a washed up actor.
I guess kind of like.
I guess he had some drug issues in the past.
Yeah.
He's recovering from that.
He clearly is struggling with a lot of self-confidence, all that type of issues. He projects like he's got all of this confidence, but it's kind of an act.
He's a master of disguise in the show. I only really utilized that like one time.
That actually played into the plot. I agree with you.
Yeah, he's kind of like a comedic relief in the show.
He is definitely that, and he's needed.
He's just kind of like the lighthearted character in the show.
Definitely need him for this show.
You do. It's heavy. It's some heavy moments.
Very much so.
And then you have Joe, who is a Vietnam vet. He's a master of combat, pretty much. He's like a weapons specialist. He's a hand-to-hand, close quarters combat professional. He also suffers from PTSD.
In a big way.
Yeah, he's got a lot of depth to him as well.
They did a great job at giving everybody some depth.
Yeah.
Which is not always easy to do on a show with this many characters.
Yeah.
But everybody had a moment where you got to see a little bit more about them personally. They dive deeper on certain characters more so than others because I think they just had more to dive
I'm
into.
cool with that because I don't like when they dedicate like whole episodes.
Oh yeah, you ain't got to do all
I
that.
don't like when they do that.
No.
I feel like that's a bit too much.
Yeah. Especially if you're past on some bullshit, like you used to work at the grocery store and
Right.
you know.
Then you have Harriet the Nun, who was a former
Harriet the Nun.
MI6 agent, and she crazy, man.
Dog.
I like her too.
Me too. That's one of my favorite characters on the show.
Yeah, she's like one of those characters with like a tough exterior, but
Yeah.
she's got like a good heart. Somewhat.
She's somebody who they touched on her depth, but I could tell that they saving a lot more what's up with her for season 2.
Yeah, she was all over the place.
Yeah, she was, man. Oh my God.
And then you have, of course, Meyer Offerman, who he had a close connection to Jonah's grandmother.
Yeah. They were actually together
before
in
she
the
passed.
concentration, in the death camps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't wanna
And
give away-
fell in love in the death camps.
Yeah.
The show is kind of in a lot of ways centered around Meyer and Jonah's grandma. It's kind of telling the story about them in the concentration camps, but equating it to what's going on today, because a lot of the people that they met in the camps are high-ranking Nazi officers that they're trying to hunt today. You got Millie, who is the cop. She's like the FBI agent that's hot on the trail.
She be pissing me off.
I can't stand her.
I hate when they do that.
I
to
know,
a
man,
character.
and I mean this
Because I want to like her.
Hey, man, you found out that the Nazis are here, and your inclination as a police officer is to chase the old man that you figure might have murdered a Nazi. Okay, cool. That's not the bigger fish to fry right now. Like, you got the Nazi organization out here among us, and you chose to go after the people that's hunting the Nazis. I get that murder is a crime. We could deal with that later. But you need to probably address this Nazi situation first.
That's the problem I always have with shows like this, man. It's like they got to throw that fucking moral bullshit. Bro, this ain't no place.
Nah. Morals out the
talking
window
about
when you
Nazis,
said
man.
bro.
Like, you know what I'm
when
saying?
you mention Nazis,
Ain't no
morals
such
is gone.
thing as doing the right thing no more, man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
These people killed millions of people, bro.
Yeah.
They gotta die.
Yeah,
And
they
they in
got
my
to.
country? Are you kidding me?
Get them out of here.
Thing.
And I feel like they never gave her that moment where she at least kind of copped to, all right, y'all kind of doing the right thing. It was always just like, nah, murder's wrong.
Yeah.
And this isn't right. You need to bring them.
You
bring
run
them into the
around.
authorities to do what the fuck? She was very selective on her moral high ground. And that's the thing when you try to take a moral stance on something like this. At some point, you're going to probably have to interact or team up with somebody that you say is quote unquote bad. Like, you can't step somewhere in a situation like this without finding somebody that did something morally
I don't
wrong
have time. Look.
or morally objectionable.
And the problem is, like, when they first introduced her, man, she was pretty likable. I liked her at first in the first couple episodes. The show went on, I just started getting increasingly annoyed by
I
her.
couldn't stand her.
Like, it's nobody that I know that would be in this situation that would think like her. And on top of that, your definition of right is what's like legal, because there's been a lot of legal fucked up shit that's taking place in the countries.
You can always find a moment where people kind of do things that are morally questionable.
Right.
So you can't be taking this high stance of, yeah, you got to do what's right. Like, you haven't done everything that's right in this situation. So what the fuck? And when we talking about a situation like the Holocaust and Nazis, and these people are still active. They're not like retired Nazis. They still plotting. They still trying to kill masses of people. There is no moral high ground. Like, the stakes is too high to have a moral high ground.
You gotta do what needs to be done at this point.
And let's talk about the ethics later.
Yeah, some of the Nazis we get introduced to, even in the very first episode, we got Biff, if you will. I forget his real name in the show. But,
it don't even fucking matter.
He went by the name the Butcher during the Holocaust.
They never quite explain it, but you can pretty
you know
much
what a
figure
butcher
it out.
does.
Right.
So I ain't need
It's
much
self-explanatory.
more. He's a sadistic bastard.
Oh my God.
Who's already moved to America and started an entire family. So he's already infiltrated like the American government.
Yeah, he's in the Oval Office.
He started an entire family. He's been living over here for like 30 years.
One of his employees was coming over to pretty much have a dinner with his boss. I guess to impress him, hopefully to get a promotion. He brought his wife, who ended up being a Jewish woman, who was in the camps, recognized this fucker. He reacted like the fuck is a fucks.
He just ends up killing her, killing his family first, the woman's husband and everybody else, including his children. And then he mumbles some Nazi rhetoric and then shoots her last.
I didn't quite understand why he would kill his family.
Well, he had to kill them.
He didn't have to kill anyone, really.
He did.
Why?
No loose ends, man.
It was all accusations. She didn't have nothing to substantiate. She was just making a scene.
He had to eliminate the very possibility.
He could have called the police.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have let up. You think that would have been the end of it? If
I see
she
what
know
you're
that
saying.
a Nazi man
I see what
is
you're
living
saying.
over there?
I see what you're saying. Beyond this dinner. Look at you thinking like a Nazi murderer.
I mean,
he had to kill her. He had to. No loose ends. What's that with shit, nigga?
I mean, it makes sense. Why wouldn't he? I'm not saying he had to do it like that, but
that's what I'm saying.
It had
like,
to be done.
Called the police, got her arrested. He had connections. He could have got her murked later.
Can't have her talking to the police.
Oh
now.
my god, this nigga's crazy. Bro, you got her talking to
I'm
officers?
just saying, man.
You ain't even thinking
I'm
right.
just saying, like.
So you got him, then you got fucking Travis.
This
man.
little shit. I can't wait till he get his time. Travis is an American.
He's an American Nazi enthusiast, I guess.
He's a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's one of the early neo-Nazis.
Exactly.
Because this takes place in the 70s.
Right.
He's a young guy. Just goes around just committing various hate crimes, basically.
He's sadistic, too. At least what you were saying about Biff, there's logic behind it. I don't know if he took pleasure in killing his family. It was very methodical. Like, he did what needed to be done. Travis enjoys killing people.
Oh, yeah, you can see it in his
enjoys
face.
hunting people. It bothers me. He be singing while he killing people.
He's supposed to make you uncomfortable.
Well, he succeeded. These people that be really crazy, they always know weird fucking facts. He was like, yeah, you know, flamingos aren't really pink. They're actually, it's the animals they eat that make them pink. What the fuck we need to know this for?
Right.
While you got me tied the fuck up. You think I care about Animal Planet at a time like this? Let me go.
What happened to them people, man?
Oh, he killed them.
Okay.
He a smug piece of shit, too.
Bastard.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. You want him to get beat the fuck up because of the way he be talking. Yeah. Then we got the Colonel.
The Colonel, one of the leaders of the Fourth Reich.
Yeah.
Or what's, trying to become the Fourth Reich
right.
in America.
Right.
She's a pretty sadistic bitch, too.
Yeah.
She seems unhinged herself. One of the big moments for me, Murray's death kind of stood out for me because honestly, I didn't think he was going to die.
Me neither. The plot that we were talking about came to fruition. They got the chemicals to the U.S. They kind of incorporated the 1977 New York blackout. So the city blacks out due to this explosion on the train.
I like how they tied that in.
Me too. So Maury and Jonah end up on this subway. Travis has left a bomb. Murray, being the inventive guy that he is, wants to try to defuse the bomb. He's left there with Jonah. I hoped he would live because I loved Murray, but I knew he probably, once he started cutting them wires and was running out of wires to cut, I said, this shit gonna blow his ass to
when he came to the realization that he couldn't defuse the bomb, he just directed Jonah to start evacuating people from that particular train car.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. They have these parts of the show where they do like little
it's like
promos.
PSAs.
Yeah, like a PSA, but in the form of like a comedic skit. One time they had something that resembled a game show.
Oh, that one was deep.
Comedic manner.
Right.
But it's like supremely fucked up shit.
Yeah,
we talking about.
It was comedic elements. It was always an element of like seriousness, which is gonna have to be because of the subject matter. The one with Lonnie and the little black girl was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "Ways to spot a Nazi." She kept saying white people. He was like, "Well, not all white people are Nazis." She was like, "But all Nazis are white people." That is true.
Another thing I really enjoyed about it was this made me research the whole Operation Paperclip thing.
Same. Like, I heard stories about Nazis being involved in space exploration, Russia being a big part of that.
For sure.
Yeah,
I had no idea the United States brought over all of these Nazi scientists.
But like you said, man, I mean, strategy, moral high ground go out the window when it's strategy. Like, they kind of,
like most times.
They spoke, oh yeah, especially when it comes to like national security. Do you leave these high-ranking minds?
On weapons.
Yeah.
To be used by your enemy.
Exactly.
Or do you use them?
Exactly.
They were living better than most Americans.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gave them
the best life.
Exactly. Question, like, well, shit, was it a group of people hunting Nazis?
Right.
Because they damn well should have been. Like, fuck out of like, they was just living here kicking it. And the motherfucker was at a barbecue. So we come to find out Meyer, who was Jonah's grandfather. We get that reveal.
That was one.
That was the big reveal.
We kind of already going in that direction.
Yeah.
So that wasn't as hard a blow.
Agreed. You saw that one coming. The one you didn't see coming, Jonah's grandfather has been hunting this particular character called the Wolf. Come to find out, this is a spoiler. So if you don't want to hear this, you might want to just skip ahead. This is like a grand reveal. It turns out that Meyer is in fact the Wolf. He killed Jonah's actual grandfather, the real Meyer, years ago.
So he's not Jonah's grandfather?
No.
He killed Jonah's grandfather.
Yes. And
stole his identity. He killed Meyer and then got plastic surgery so that he could look like Meyer.
That's sadistic on a whole level. Like, you tortured me in the concentration camps, then you found me later in life, killed me, and stole my identity, dude? Why not create a new face? Why not just be a new dude?
We have the last and final reveal. The Colonel's boss, who is the general, turns out to be no other than Adolf Hitler. living in Argentina.
If that hasn't jumped the shark for you, so maybe my shark jump threshold is lower than yours.
With the whole time he was walking up to the table at the end, I was like, man, I know.
That's what I know.
That's what I think it is.
Let's just say you see Jay-Z in concert. You hype that it's Jay-Z. And then you hear a song and you're like, oh shit, he ain't gonna bring out Drake. Like, that's how it was. It was like, yo, it ain't that. It ain't him, is it? It's him. And I'm assuming, because he called her Ava, but they spelled it differently. So I'm assuming she was Ava Braun. The Colonel is actually Ava Braun, who was Hitler's wife. She's supposed to, but they spelled it up.
So for pros, I love the historical significance. It was actually very informative. I think it was well cast. Everybody did pretty good.
I'll echo what you said. I thought the acting, the casting was great. Definitely a good group of characters because you had your stoic, serious people. You had your comedic relief. You had your characters that teetered both those lines. I can always appreciate when you could take a subject matter as dark as this, still make it not only entertaining, but can still bring some remnants of light to it. Because it's a very dark situation. I mean, we talking about the Holocaust here. We talking about Nazis here. This show finds ways to do that.
So for cons, don't have a lot. It kind of drags a little bit. Some of the characters, I don't know if they were utilized as well as they could have been. For people that were supposed to have like special skills, I don't feel like they were always displayed as well as they could have been.
I don't even know what half their skills were.
Yeah.
Like, and then the last thing I'll say, like I said, the ending, it just got a little too ridiculous for me. The show is not a fantastical show. It's very grounded in realism. For them to bring back Adolf Hitler, have a face-off reveal where he stole a motherfucker's identity, to get both of those blows almost simultaneously was a bit much for me. Hunters, what can we say that we haven't already said? I think it's a great show. I think it's got a lot of potential. I'm intrigued to see where they take the show from here. Overall, man, I'm going to say for Hunters, I'm going to probably get us about a 8.
I agree with you. It's definitely got a lot of potential. It's kind of because I'm like
that Hitler shit.
Because it's like, man, depending on what they do, man,
that's what I'm saying.
Horribly wrong.
That's what I'm saying. That man looks for guidance.
Because you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna give Hunters a 7.5 for me.
I think that's fair.
Y'all should check it out.
It's definitely worth checking out.
But if it's a touchy subject for you, I don't know, man.
And that's what I was gonna say. It can be a little rough. It was rough for me,
Definitely.
And I have no connection to the Holocaust, but I have a connection to humanity, so I felt.
Thank you for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed our review of Amazon original series Hunters. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If y'all got any recommendations or suggestions for anything y'all would like to see reviewed by us, drop a comment below.
We would be honored.
Or if you know us personally, just call or message us.
Right. I was about to say that. Yeah, just hit us up if you know who we are.
You know who we beating.
Right. Don't try to act like you don't know who we beating. We appreciate y'all.
Peace.
Peace.